Alright, so today this king snake successfully swallowed himself. I don't know how long he's been like this. He's still alive, but I'm just going to use some hand sanitizer and see if this will get him to...
Before I play you the clip of this dude, let me say for him, and this is all I can say in favor of him. All I can say in favor of him is that at least he knows. At least he knows. He doesn't seem to be aware of anything else, even remotely related to reality, but at least he knows this. This clip I'm going to show you, this is a dude named Oli London.
Lots to talk about in relation to this, but do you think that wokeism contains within it the seeds of its own destruction?
Absolutely. I think, as we have seen with wokeism, it is very harmful to society. When they're constantly pushing something more and more extreme, it is causing people to rail against the wokeism and fight back. So when we see examples like Sam Smith's new music video, which for me personally is very vulgar, there's a lot of sexual references there, it's just going too far. When we see things like that, it only seeks to kind of cause division. As we've seen in Canada, this, like you were saying, this theatre that's now banning white people from attending a show, that just creates hate, it just creates division. So we need to stop with this wokeism, we need to fight back against it, and we just need to bring common sense back into the world.
Yes.
God damn, that boy can sing.
At least he knows it makes no sense. He knows that his crowd could never be satisfied, no matter how much people, places, and things bend the knee and bow to them. He knows it's going to fail.
Done. Yep.
Oli London, what you saw there, was a Caucasian male who identifies as Korean.
Quite well.
Went out and had a bunch of surgeries to his face to make it happen, and now he's what's known as transracial. And not only that, he also says he's a woman, transgender. And not only that, he actually identifies as a dude named Jimin.
You may have heard the saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And there's perhaps no better example of this than the subject of today's video. Greetings, professors, and welcome back to my channel. Though I'm not sure you guys will ever come back again after this video, because today I'm about to traumatize you by talking about the one and only Oli London. And if you're fortunate enough to not know who Oli is, then just know that what you're about to see cannot be unseen, and the things you're about to learn might just make you lose faith in humanity. Consider that your warning. Oli London is a social media personality who first rose to infamy after he got tons of plastic surgery to look like BTS member Jimin. But that was just the first in a long line of controversies that Oli has been involved in, with him subsequently going on to marry a cardboard cutout of Jimin, identifying as transracial Korean.
I know a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean.
Yeah. He's a woman, he's Korean. And there's also someone else named Jimin. And not only that, because he ain't finished. He's changed his mind and is now detransitioning. Or, in other words, he recently decided that he no longer wants to be a female, and he is currently trying to reverse whatever steps he took to look like a female. Now, I'll get back to Oli in a minute. The title of the video, I don't know exactly what I'll call it, but I do know that I'll have Section 230 in there somewhere. Now, yesterday, the Supreme Court began hearing arguments about the possible abolishment of Section 230. And yes, I know that what's being proposed is not abolishment, but because I know where it's going to end up at, I'm going to call it abolishment. I don't even need to wait for it to happen. If they do something with Section 230, it's going to end up being gone completely. Right. Now, whoever may not know, in a nutshell, to sum it up real quick, what is Section 230? Section 230 is what protects internet companies from being sued because of what me or you may do on here. Right? Like, say I put up a miracle cure video to cancer. I give a tutorial on the ingredients and everything, and you follow my instructions. You make it yourself. You take it and then die. YouTube or Facebook or whatever site can't be sued. Your family would have to sue me. Section 230 basically says I'm responsible for what I put on here, not them. But if Section 230 is abolished, hey, see if this stuff really works. And I don't blame them either. None of these internet sites will want to risk taking a hit like that. So no one but the select hand-picked few, maybe under contract, they'll be the only content creators on here allowed to put up stuff. Hand-picked people, probably under contract. Just them. They'll be the only ones allowed to put stuff on here. Not me, not you. Now, I use Oli as an example of the mindset or the mentality of the people who are looking to be in charge of who can say what. These are the people who want Section 230 gone. People like Oli London. They want to be in charge of, to say what is harmful, what is hateful, and what is threatening, what is dangerous. They think like Oli. That's Oli's crowd. And who is Oli's crowd? Oli's crowd is commonly referred to as woke.
Now, the Swedish culture police would realise how ridiculous this is.
What did it need to come to?
Tell us why you escalated it to this level. Because I don't understand. I posted something that he posted. You come to arrest me, you don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why am I in cuffs? Because there's something he shared, then I shared.
Because someone has been caused, obviously, anxiety based upon your social media posts. That's why you've been arrested.
That was in Britain. The military vet you saw there being questioned, then he was arrested. Arrested for retweeting a post of someone who took one of these flags here and shaped it in the form of a swastika.
Is a worldwide symbol of the
now, we could say it's tacky, that was tasteless and bothersome. But should it be an arrestable offense, though? And you heard the cop tell him that his retweet triggered people's anxiety. That's Oli's crowd. That's their language. Anxiety and, you triggered my dysphoria and everything. They're triggered by everything. Now, why do I bring a story about a meme from way over there in Britain? Well, for the same reason I've shown that statues are not being torn down just here in the United States, but that's happening in various places around the world. I did a video showing how this attack on meat, we have 10,000 cows dying and chickens and all kinds of other stuff, is not just happening here. I did a video showing how what happened here with this last presidency. I showed how in other places, unlike before, because there's nothing new that people refuse to leave office, but it was happening back here,
many were already
there, the other place, like people just refusing to leave office.
We're gonna walk down.
But back to the meme. Why did I bring a story from way over there in Britain?
In 2021, the Department of Justice brought charges against a Florida man for allegedly waging a voter suppression campaign in 2016 on Twitter and other social platforms that the government says was an attempt to deprive people of the right to vote. The DOJ released a statement about Doug Mackey's arrest back in 2021 that said, with Mackey's arrest, we serve notice that those who would subvert the democratic process in this manner cannot rely on the cloak of internet anonymity to evade responsibility for their crimes.
This week, Mackey's attorney, James Lawrence, went on the Tucker Carlson show in defense of his client and denouncing the government for what he contends is an attempt to criminalize political satire. Here's a little of that exchange.
We believe that this prosecution represents a significant escalation of the government's regulation of speech under the banner of policing so-called disinformation. And Tucker, really, you were one of the first public figures and one of the most prominent people to criticize Twitter for deplatforming people over so-called disinformation. But I don't think even you would have thought that someone would face a federal prosecution or potential jail time over alleged memes. Now, here's what's at issue. The government says that this case is about voting rights, but as we've argued, the government has not alleged that a single person didn't vote as a result of the alleged memes. So we think that this case goes to the core of the First Amendment, and really, regardless of what you think about the content at issue, everyone in this country, Tucker, left, right, center, and every political persuasion in between should be concerned about what's happening in this case.
So what's going on here is this person made a meme that said you can skip the line and vote for Hillary if you text this number, and they're being prosecuted for voter misinformation, election crimes.
Yeah, insane. Insane. And again here, the causal arrow, it's important to pay attention to. The attorney there is saying, we were all annoyed when we found out that Twitter was taking down tweets of that nature, but now we know from the Twitter files that, don't get mad at Twitter about it, Twitter was receiving constant emails from the FBI saying, this must be taken down, it violates election law, do something about this now, or you're responsible for the end of democracy as we know it. Well, so don't get mad at Twitter about this, get mad at the FBI, who are the ones bringing charges.
And that's the thing, this is an escalation. The FBI, who many liberals apparently think is the hero, perhaps for these kinds of reasons, the hero of democracy. Sheesh. The FBI, which has been so wonderful and kind to the left, is prosecuting a person for a meme. And in the Tucker Carlson clip, a part we didn't play, they make the point that the joke is on Hillary voters being stupid enough to believe this, not the idea that you're trying to induce them to actually do it. It's like if I do a meme that says, hey, Trump voters, you can vote by, just clicking this form online or like retweet this and it'll register your vote. Right. Did anyone believe I actually think that I'm trying to do election interference, or am I joking about my perceived credibility of a Trump voter, hypothetically?
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I bring stories from different places to say it's on the way here. I bring you stories from other countries because of the oncoming international law, and not the international law that we have now that's been in existence for, I don't know, maybe a few hundred years, but the new international law that we sometimes refer to as the New World Order. You know how this idea of how all borders will be done away with a one government for all places. That's the upcoming international law, if it's not stopped.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
That was one of the judges that's hearing these arguments to abolish Section 230. Yes, I'm going to call it abolishment. But that was one of the judges right there. Someone who refuses to even acknowledge what a woman is. And that's scary. And it's in sync with the mindset of an Oli London. Now I'm going to play one more clip of the mindset that wants Section 230 to be gone. And I played this clip before, maybe a year ago, and this will be a few snippets from a channel called UNDOOMED. It'll be in the description box without my cuts and edits, but this is scary.
Enjoy.
My name is Dr. Carlos Yebra Lopez.
Look, if you're going to slap yourself on the chest, I think you should move the mic.
And today, we're going to talk about the crucial difference between foreign language on the one hand and world language on the other.
Oh no, that's not going to be like world music, is it?
The term world language is synonymous with the terms foreign language, second language, or third language.
Ah, so it's just another useless term that you're trying to push on us because it has political implications. Nothing sinister about that.
And refers to the study of a language other than English.
And English is a dead language, am I right? No.
In this video, I will explain to you why, although apparently similar,
one is more double plus good speak.
These terms have radically different trajectories and political implications.
I hate to tell you I told you so, but I fucking told you so. Political implications.
And you should be aware of them next time you use them.
Yes, so you're not manipulated by them.
First, a foreign language is a language not commonly spoken in the country of the speaker.
Yes, and what's wrong with that? Seems like a perfectly good definition to me.
However,
the other shoe drops.
The association between language and nationality is contingent, vague, and pernicious.
How is it contingent, though, unless you're talking about macro historical perspectives? And pernicious? Really? How is it harmful to say, I don't know this language, so therefore it's foreign to me, like a fucking foreign language?
First, despite the popular culture tendency to map languages onto national boundaries...
What's wrong with that? It's just a heuristical shortcut. We do that with pretty much everything.
Your language is simple by comparison.
But, and try to follow me on this, it could also have something to do with the fact that a lot of languages are named after their countries. You know, just a thought.
Languages and national boundaries do not lend themselves to accurate categorizations.
Oh no, it's not perfectly accurate, so therefore let's replace it with a word that makes absolutely no sense.
Second, the label foreign language assumes an absolute binary between national on the one hand and alien or foreign on the other.
Well, it is a fucking binary. If I don't know the language, it's foreign to me. What do you want me to do? Go, oh, well, I don't understand shit. I have no idea what anyone's talking about, but it's not a foreign language. It's completely familiar to me. I know everything except what they're saying.
This dichotomy resonates with xenophobic, nativist, nationalist, and colonialist ideologies and projects.
Oh, here we go. It's racist if you don't call it world language. Yeah, that's not emotional manipulation at all. Do what I want, or you're a racist. This is not the N-word. Get over yourself.
Seeing something as foreign is hateful. Triggers anxiety. And this is what hangs in the balance with this Supreme Court. To these people, everything is offensive, except for the offensive that they commit on other people, of course. Right? They're just fine and dandy with that. But to them, everything offends them. Everything is hurtful. Some of you that are here this video, you've heard me refer to this internet as the final frontier. And one of the reasons that I say that is if this government gets a full hand on this internet, not like the one they got now, I'm talking about an even firmer hand than they have now. I mean, total totalitarian authority. We're done. It's over. And if it's not over, then it'll be the beginning, the official beginning of us being over. Finished.